I want to do a quick introduction to my possible theory of what this channel might become. I deal with chronic pain and all the wonderful aspects involved in that, because chronic pain is misunderstood, it's stigmatized, and it's a hell of a way to live. As you can see from this page in my life, I'm in a pretty good chapter. The trip has not always been pleasant. I will try and keep the stories mostly positive because I keep my life positive and happy. It took a lot of work to get my life positive and happy because chronic pain will try and take over every aspect of your life. It gets into your job, your personal relationships, it goes into isolation, loneliness, depression, and that's just not even dealing with just the physical elements of it, just everything else it does. And I am not a professional. Well, if you need your air conditioning or refrigeration fixed, I'm a professional. I am not a healthcare professional by any stretch of the imagination. You will not get official, real answers here. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor. I was in the priesthood for a time, but that's a whole different part of my life. We might talk about that later too, because it all ties in together. But what I want to talk about is some of the things that I had to deal with, the choices I made, good and bad, what worked, what didn't work. And together, the only way this will work is if there's a community and together we all work out and talk about what helps, what doesn't, what might. And anything that works for me does not mean it's going to work for you. And what works for you may not work for anyone else. Everyone has to find their own way through this mess. It is kind of what they call one of the hidden illnesses, the hidden disability. It's hard to deal with on your own, and it's hard to share with people that don't understand it. So I think a community together where we're all dealing with the same issues, maybe we can talk about it and help each other through it. I have been dealing with it since 1992. I am currently on top of it and doing well. I'm lucky enough that my physical issues are those that I can get on top of it for the most part. I still have the chronic pain, but I don't let it run my life. Some issues are going to be harder to deal with than others. So in that way, I'm luckier than a lot of people. And I might be able to offer some insights on what worked for me, generate some discussion between us on maybe what might help with each person. There's a spider walking on my glasses. Welcome to the Philippines. Ew. That's a weird thing. It looks giant. It's really small. Anyway, that's distracting. So I'm going to make the first few videos discussing the specifics of my issue, although the actual specifics I don't think are that important necessarily, because what I have is different than what you have, but how we deal with it may be similar. I will discuss my specifics just so we have like a frame of reference of where we're coming from, but my specific issues are not necessarily going to make any difference to your specific issues. So I want to try and do this channel. I've thought about it for years. I actually started to write a book about it one time, and it got very deep and personal very quickly, and I got scared and put it away. So we'll see if I can keep the videos a little more lighthearted, dealing with a dark subject with, as you can see, a pretty happy ending. So join me on this, and let's see if maybe we can help each other work out some issues. Let's work together and make that next step a good one.